My loves, let's take a look at our systems using substitution. If for some reason you have decided to use a different strategy, just make sure that you are checking your final answers. They should still be the same if you are doing the correct strategy. All right, so with this one, I want to start with making one of them y equals. Yes, they are both in x equals form, but unfortunately, you can't have two in x equals form, especially when we end up with them on both sides. Something that I could do though is I could take this and substitute in for the x, so I could have negative y plus 5 equals negative 2y plus 7. So I could do a substitution. I'm going to add y to both sides. So I have 5 is equal to negative y plus 7. I could subtract 7 from both sides, and I have negative 2 is equal to negative y. Talked about this before, but just a good reminder that we can't actually have a negative. So if I divide the whole thing by 1, or negative 1 rather, I have a y is equal, whoop, I don't need to double that up. Y is equal to 2. Then I'm going to come in and substitute it up top where I haven't used it yet. So if y is equal to 2, don't forget the negative, then x is equal to 3. Now this is where I check it. All right, if x is 3 and y is 2, does the math? 3 is equal to 3. Yes, it checks out. You can always check these on your own if you're not sure. Just substitute it in and you'll be good to go. Over here, sorry guys, I have a cold. I can substitute in for my y. So 2x minus negative x plus 2 is equal to 4. 2x plus x minus 2 is equal to 4. So just sharing out that negative sign. Negative times a negative is a positive. Negative times a positive is a negative. You end up with 3x minus 2 equals 4. Add 2 to both sides. 3x is equal to 6. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 2. And then since I use this bottom equation, I'm going to go ahead and use the top. So y is equal to negative 2 plus 2. Y is equal to 0 because those negative and positive opposite signs cancel out. Plugging it back in, 0 is equal to negative 2 plus 2. 0 is equal to 0. It checks out. Or I could even plug it in over here. 2 times 2 minus 0 equals 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 0 equals 4. The maths. These are all self-checking. All right, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides here. I'm going to get y is equal to negative 3x minus 2. And then I'm going to take it and put it into this equation. So x minus, whoop, don't forget the 2. X minus 2, y is negative 3x minus 2 equals 4. Distribute x. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. 6 plus 1 is 7x. Subtract 4 from both sides. 7x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 because anytime you divide 0 by anything, it's 0. Going to plug that in here. So I have 3 times 0 plus y equals negative 2. 0 plus y equals negative 2. Y equals negative 2. And then let's check it. So let's do x is 0 and y is negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. 0 minus 4 is 4 because negative times negative is positive. The maths. Over here, we're going to take the easy way out and just subtract an x. Y is equal to negative 3 minus x. Bring it up here and substitute it in. 4x minus 3. Negative 3 minus x equals negative 5. Distribute 4x. Negative times negative is a positive. Positive 3. Positive 3x equals negative 5. Put these together. 7x plus 9 equals negative 5. Going to subtract 9 from both sides. 7x is equal to negative 14. X is equal to negative 2. And then I'm going to come and substitute it in here. So I've used the top equation. I'm going to put negative 2 in here. I have negative 2 plus y equals negative 3. Add 2 to both sides. Y is equal to negative 1. And if we check it, I have negative 2 plus negative 1 equals negative 3. And that definitely checks out. Headed down here, this one's already in x equals 4. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to say 2 times 2y minus 3 plus y equals 4. 4y minus 6 plus y equals 4. Just sharing in. I'm going to put these guys together and get 5y minus 6 equals 4. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. And with 5y equals 10, divide both sides by 5. Y is equal to 2. And then I'm going to take it right here and I'm going to substitute it in to this guy. X is equal to 2 times 2 minus 3. This would be 4 minus 3 is 1. So x is 1 and y is 2. And we can substitute it in and check it out. Over here, we already have an x, so let's substitute it in. 6 times 2y plus 3y equals 30. Distribute 12y plus 3y equals 30. This would be 15y equals 30. Divide both sides by 15. Y is equal to 2. I'm going to take it here and put it in. So x equals 2 times 2, which is 4. So if x is 4, then y is 2. That's the end of page 1. If you have questions, bring them to class. Down here, already have it in x equals form, so use it. 3 times 2y plus 4 minus y equals 7. Distribute 6y plus 12 minus y equals 7. 6 minus 1 is 5y. Plus 12 equals 7. Subtracting 12 from both sides. 12 minus 7 is 5, make it negative. Divide both sides by 5, y is equal to negative 1. And then we're going to take it up here, and we're going to put a negative 1 in here. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, plus 4 is 2. So if x is 2, then y is negative 1. Over here, y format for us, so 4x minus 2x plus 3 equals negative 5. We're going to distribute this negative like it's a negative 1. So 4x minus 2x minus 3 equals negative 5. 2x minus 3 equals negative 5. 2x is equal to negative 2. Divide both sides by 2. X is equal to negative 1. We're going to put it in this one, which we haven't used yet. So I'm going to take out my x and put in a negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Plus 3 is 1. So when x is negative 1, then y is 1. And if I plug that in, I'm going to see that they are balanced. So if I put my 1 here, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Plus 3 is 1. They are a balanced pair. Over here, we don't have either. That is setting us up for success, so we have to do the work. I'm going to add 7x to both sides. 8y is equal to 7x minus 5. I'm going to divide both sides by 8. Oh, this one's miserable. I do not like that. Let's try the other one and see if it's any better. Let's try. One of them is going to be bad, but let's see if we can pick the path of least resistance. Let's bring this one down and see if this one's friendlier. Add 2x to both sides. 6y is equal to 2x plus 6 divided by 6 divided by 6. Y is equal to 1/3 x plus 1. Okay, not as terrible. Not as terrible. So we're going to take this guy and put it in. So negative 7x plus 8 times 1/3 x plus 1. We're going to do negative 7x, and let's do 8 times 1/3, which should be 8 over 3. X plus 1. Oh goodness, we got to put those together. That's terrible. So that would be 2 point repeated 3's. Yuck. Actually, 2 point repeated 6. Minus 7. This is a terrible question. So 4.3 or 4 and 1/3. So if we round it up, 8/3, let's call it 2.7. Let's round it. Plus negative 7x. So when we do 7 minus 2.7, because they're opposites, we have a negative 4.3x plus 1. Where's the rest of it? What do I do with that? I didn't even finish this. Equals negative 5. Oh my goodness. Okay. Equals negative 5. So we have negative 4.3x equals negative 6. Oh, yuck. This is terrible. This is terrible. I'm going to tell you guys not to do this one. This one is not friendly. I can already see you rolling your eyes. Okay, I'm going to put a note not to do this one. Unless you want to proceed with caution, because those are terrible decimals. 10 out of 10. Don't do that one. Minus 2x. I can already see the eye rolls where you're like, seriously? Seriously? And to that I say, seriously, that one's terrible. We're gonna just pretend it didn't happen. If you do want to solve it, send me a message. I'll give you the answers, but I just know that you're not gonna love it. Negative 7x minus 4 equals 17. Add 4, add 4. Negative 7x equals 21. Divide by negative 7. See, this is so much nicer. X is equal to negative 3. Now we're cooking. All right, so we're going to take this one. We're going to put a negative 3 in. 2 times 3 is 6. Make it negative. So negative 6 plus y equals negative 1. Add 6. Add 6. Y is equal to 5. And if we substitute it in, we end up with, let's do it, negative 3 plus 4 times 5 equals 17. Negative 3 plus 20 equals 17. The math is mathing. This one is terrible. This one is terrible. We are not going to do this one. I thought I got rid of all my decimals. That's a me problem. All right. Divide by 8. Divide by 8. X is equal to negative 2. Cool, cool, cool. Let's take it up here. We have 7 times negative 2 plus 3y equals negative 26. Negative 14 plus 3y equals negative 26. Add 14, 3y equals negative 12. Y is equal to negative 4. And remember, when in doubt, go back and check your math. The math will always tell you if it's right or wrong. All you have to do is listen. So what does that mean? Plug it back in and just check and see if it is a true statement. Because I can take in the negative 2, plug it in for X. It's very easy to see if it's balanced, except for like on this one. This one admittedly is terrible. I thought I had gotten rid of all the decimals, but that one's terrible. So we're just not going to make eye contact with it. We're going to pretend that it's not there. All right, this one's already in Y format because look how kind I am. 8x plus 2 equals negative 4. We need to distribute in that negative. So 4x minus 8x minus 2 equals negative 4. Negative 4x minus 2 equals negative 4. Putting those together. Add 2, add 2. Oh my goodness. I just chose violence on this page. I mean, not the worst, but x is in half. Actually, positive half. I'm evil. I'm sorry. I must have been in the zone. All right, so we did this one. Actually, this one isn't. I take it back. This one isn't terrible. Because half of 8 is just 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. That's not terrible. So is 6 equal to 8 times a half plus 2? Yes, half of 8 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. Yeah, so That one's not so bad. This one's actually like a little bit of a happy camper. We're gonna give this guy a gold star because did he bring a fraction into our life? Yes, but was it terrible? Um, no, right? Could have been so much worse. All right, that's the end of page 2. We're just gonna pretend that this one didn't happen. We're just gonna ignore it and pretend it didn't happen. All right, we're gonna come up here. Um, 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 um. Let's get into page 3. You and me. All right, so this one's already in y equals format. We love a good, easily substituted equation. So 7x plus x plus 5 equals 5, because there's nothing really to distribute. 8x plus 5 equals 5. Uh-oh, a little zip, zip, 0. We know that x is going to be 0 because if we divide 0 by anything, it's still 0. So we're going to take in the x and we're going to say, ooh, what is 0 plus 5? It's 5. And then if we plug it in, is 5 equal to 0 plus 5? Yep, the math is mathing. Let's do this one. Only because that leaves our y positive from the jump and we don't have to divide by -1. So we're going to take this cutie and do x minus -x minus 4 equals 2. Going to share that negative like it's a -1. X plus x, x plus x plus 4. So we get 2x plus 4 equals 2. Subtract our 4. We have 2x equals -2. X is equal to -1. Love that. And then we're going to plug it in. Which one did we use? We use this one. So if we say x is equal to -1, -1 plus y equals -4. We're going to add 1 to both sides. Y is equal to -3. And then if we plug it in, is -1 minus -3, 2. Yes, because of that keep change Rooney. Life is good. Life is good. I feel like I'm being haunted by this equation. Do I want to come back to that? Do I want to come back to this? I'm kind of worried this is a me problem because I'm not feeling good today. You know what? Let's go backwards, right? Let's go on the Choose Your Own Lozinski tour. Let's try it. Okay. So redo. We have -2x plus 6y equals 6. We're going to add 2x to both sides. We have 6y equals 2y plus 6. So what can I do here? Just kidding. 6y equals 2x. Goodness. 2x plus 6. So what can I do here? I could really go on the Choose My Own Adventure tour. Because what if I divided everything by 2? Ooh, and got 3y is equal to x plus 6. Or not x plus 6, x plus 3. Because ooh, I could kick this over and I could get x is equal to 3y minus 3. Ooh, plot twist. Okay, wait a minute. We're going all in on this. We're just diving in. We're going on the Choose Your Own Adventure tour, but my adventure. Okay, so wait, this is giving. We love this. So we could take this cutie and do -7 times 3y minus 3 plus 8y equals -5. Oh, I'm excited. All right, so -21y plus 21 plus 8y equals -5. All right, this is really exciting. I know that you are like on the edge of your seat, but I think this one's going to work. I was not going to let it defeat me. So let's put our y's together. 21 and 8 is going to be -13y. Oh, I think it's going to work. Subtract 21 from both sides. Yes, negative 13y equals negative 26, and that's going to divide evenly. I did not let it get me down. Okay, focus. So y is equal to 2. I love that. We can easily substitute that in. Let's substitute it in here. We're going to squeeze this over here. Negative 7x plus 16 equals negative 5. Negative 16 and negative 16. Negative 7x equals negative 21. Ooh, x is equal to 3. Okay. Aren't you so glad we went back on this one? I'm so glad. So this one was hard. This one was not our favorite. But did we tackle it? Yes. Did we let it get us down? Absolutely not. We are not going to get pumped by a question. Okay. All right. Back to page 3. We're living our best life here. Okay. Glad we tackled that. I'm sure I'm sure you're so happy too. All right. So what if, what if I take another cough drop so don't cough in your ear for the rest of this video? Doesn't that sound like a great idea? No, you are enthusiastically saying yes. Because no one wants to hear you cough in their ear. Okay, so what if we take this cutie and we plug it in here? I'm loving this already. We're going to add 3 to both sides, and we're going to get a negative 4 is equal to a negative 2x. We're going to divide by negative 2, and it's going to give us x is equal to 2. Okay, love that. Great jumping off point. So then we're going to have to plug it in here, right? Because there is no x in the other one. So we're going to plug in, sorry, positive. So negative 2 times 2 is going to be negative 4 plus negative 3 is negative 7. And then if we plug it in, negative 7 is equal to negative 7. Yes. Okay, gorgeous. I don't want to deal with a negative y, right? It's just not a vibe. So instead, let's add our 4x to both sides to leave us with 3y is equal to 4x plus 24. We're going to divide. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I don't want to deal with a fraction. Not as bad as you guys. I don't want to deal with a fraction either. It's not just you. I don't want a fraction either. Did I write the questions? Yes. But it doesn't mean I wanted to deal with a fraction. Oh, it's fine. 1.3x plus 8. It's fine. 4/3 is 1 1/3. And 1/3 is 0.3, repeating. Okay. So we're going to come up here and we're going to put 5x minus 1 1/3 x plus 8 is equal to negative 30. Keep making these terrible equations for myself. I wonder if this is like the last one where I'm just choosing the worst direction to go. Okay, hold on. Let me channel my inner equations because we could do elimination, but I don't want to. I don't want to give up my substitution journey. Okay, let's take a step back. Let's try and do the other one first. Even though I didn't want to deal with a negative y, that might actually be friendlier. So let's try that. All right, so if I subtract 5x from both sides, I'd have negative y is equal to negative 5x minus 30. Yeah, this is so much friendlier. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, so then we're going to take that and we're going to plug it into this cutie. So we have negative 4x plus 5x plus 30 is equal to 24. Let's do some distribution. Plus 90 equals 24. So 11x plus 90 equals 24. And now I need to subtract our 90 from both sides. Let's come over here and do a little math. 8 is 10 is 6 is 6. Okay, so 11x is equal to negative 66. X is equal to negative 6. See, sometimes you just need to choose the right adventure. And then y. So we're gonna plug in, which one did we just use? We just used this one. So y, or plug in x is -6. So that would be 30 minus y equals -30, which is gonna be negative y is equal to -60, which is gonna be y is equal to 60 because we have to divide the whole thing by -1. If we test it, it's big, it's bad, it's beautiful, but let's test it. So -4 times -6, right? Because that's our x value. Plus 3 times 60 equals 24. Ooh, this is not going to be friendly. No, no, no. X is -6. Where's my y? Okay, hold on. My y is not y-ing. That cannot be right. Let's test it. Because my X is definitely beautiful. This guy, we're testing this. It doesn't feel right. Okay, so let's step it back. We did our substitution. We got our negative. Oh, wait. I need that for the answer key. All right, let's get rid of this cutie. All right, let's make sure we didn't double substitute. Okay. You're gone. You're gone. Adios. All right, so we did, oh, because I tried to substitute into the same equation. No, goofball, don't do that. All right, that was a me problem. So -30 minus y equals -30. There we go. This is what I needed. Y is equal to 0. Okay, and this is why we test our math. This is why. So if I have -6 plus 0, okay, this is 24 is equal to 24. Okay, the maths. It maths. All right, let's do this, cutie. We'll divide both sides by 6. X is equal to 3. And then we're going to come over here and do a -6 times 3 minus 2y is equal to 2. Put our little 3 down there. So -18 minus 2y is equal to 2. Add 18 to both sides. -2y equals 20. Divide the whole kit and caboodle. Y is equal to 10. And let's check it because we leave no stone unturned. -6 times 3 minus 2 times 10 equals 2. So this is -18 minus 20 equals 2. A little change. No, wait, what? What? -20, -18, right? Because that would grow and become -38. One of my signs is wrong. One of my signs, 10 is negative. Ta-da! Now we got it. Okay, the math is mouthing. That's why we check it. All right, so this one we have a y is equal to -5 equals -23. -8x plus -15. Watch your signs. Plus 15 plus 15. -8x. 13. 7 and 7 is 14. So 7 and 6 would be 5. And 8, 7. All right. So 8x is equal to 8. Divided by -8, x is equal to -1. And then we're going to have to, tricky. Oh, we have y. Duh. I was going to say we're going to have to double substitute and that won't work. Never mind. All right. -8 times -1 plus 3 times -5 equals -23. We have -8 plus -15. And this is positive. This is why we check. I should not be doing answer keys when I'm sick. All right. What was I just doing? Yes. So that is positive. Positively positive. There we go. Equals -23. Perfect. that is the end of page 3. Hope you are enjoying my rendition of I have a cold. My brain is fighting me, but we are winning this battle. All right, 3 times -2 equals 10. So we're solving for x. We have 4. Don't make yourself a fake negative sign. 4x plus -6 equals 10. We're going to add 6 to both sides. 4x is equal to 16. X is equal to 4. And y is equal to -2. Why? Because it told me so. Just listen. It'll tell you everything you need to know most times. Let's try it. Now I'm afraid to try and take the easy way out because, yeah, see, it did it again. That's going to give me a horrible number. You know what? I should just go at the top. Just go at the top. So that tends to be the friendly one. I guess I could have moved the y to the other side, but who wants to do that, right? All right, what's going to be friendly? I have to divide by 10 or divide by 7. Oh, neither of these are friendly. They're not friendly. Okay, there's always a solution. There's always something I can use to make it less awful. Just gotta think. All right, so I want something that is not absolutely terrible. If I move the 7, I'm gonna have to divide by 10. If I move the 10, I'm gonna have to divide by 7. Ooh. I don't love either of these. This might be a good one to just jump in and do elimination, but we're supposed to substitute. All right, let's just do elimination. So it's already setting itself up, right? It's just begging to be eliminated. X is equal to 5. 10 times 5 plus 7 equals 1. 50 plus 7y equals 1. 7y equals -49. This is equal to -7. So 5 is x and -7 is y. So much friendlier that way, don't you think? When in doubt, use the strategy that makes sense. This one's already there for you. -3x minus -4x minus 10 equals 5. Distribute that negative like it's a -1. And it's just going to change the signs there. So we have x plus 10 equals 5. X is equal to -5, which is cool. So we're going to take it and put it here. That would be 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. And then if we check it, is 10 equal to negative or positive 20 minus 10? Yep, the maths. Life is good. All right, so add the 6x to both sides here. We have y is equal to 6x minus 20. So -2x plus 2 times 6x minus 20 equals 30. Distribute out that 2. X plus a -40 equals 30. That's going to give me 10x plus -40 equals 30. We're going to add the 40 to both sides. 10x is equal to 70. So x is equal to 7. And then we're going to put it back in here. -6 times 7 plus y equals -20. This is going to be -42 plus y is equal to 20. -20, right? Yes, okay. Signs are important. 42 plus 42, y is equal to 22. And then let's check it. So if x is 7 and y is 22. So that would give me -14 plus 44 equals 30, and that does check out. The math is mathing. All right. y is equal to negative 5x minus 15, negative 3x minus 5x minus 15 equals 7. Distributing that negative sign, which is really just changing it to positive in this specific situation. This is 2x plus 15 equals 7. Minus 15 from both sides. It's going to be 2x is equal to negative 8. X is equal to negative 4. And then we're going to go back and we're going to say, that's a negative 4. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20 plus y is equal to negative 15. Y is equal to 5. And then, of course, we can plug it in and check it. If this is negative 4 and this is 5, do we get our 7? So that would be 12 minus 5 is 7. Yep, the math is mathing. All right, last one on this page. The 7x on the other side. Whoop. Y is equal to negative 7x minus 35. So negative 2x minus negative 7x minus, ooh, no, that is right. Thought I was substituting them for the wrong variable. Use your negative and distribute it, which is really just in this situation, again, changing the signs because they are the same sign. Positive experience. 5x plus 35 equals 5. 5x is equal to negative 30. X is equal to negative 6. And then we just use this one, so that'd be negative 42 plus y equals negative 35. Y is equal to 7. And positive 7 at that. And then if we check it, negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. Yep, the math is mathing. All right, that finally brings us to the end of page 4. Let's head on to page 5. Last cutie. All right, this one we already know y is 3. So if we substitute it in, what do we get? We have 5x plus 6 equals negative 9. 5x equals negative 15. X is equal to negative 3. All right, word problems. We talked about these last week. These are not as scary as they think. We're trying to figure out what the two equations are, and then we're going from there. So it says a local theater collected $1,080 from 240 people who attended a play. The price of the adult admission is X is $6. Children under the age of 12 paid a child admission of Y of $4. How many adult tickets and child tickets were sold? So we need to start with our first equation, which is usually our easy one. And that's just in this one that X plus Y is going to equal 240, because we know that when we add up the adult tickets and the children's tickets, there were 240 tickets sold. And then we have 6X, which is the cost of the adult ticket, plus 4Y is equal to the total money that we earned. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and solve. So let's just kick the Y to the other side on this one. And we're going to have X is equal to 240 minus Y. And then we're going to do 6 is 240 minus Y plus 4Y is equal to 1080. The math is a little bit big here, but nothing you can't handle. So 240 times 6 is 1,440 minus 6Y plus 4Y equals 1080. We would have 1,440 minus 2y equals 1080. When we subtract the 1440 from the 1080, we have negative 2y is equal to negative 360 divided by negative 2. So just cut that in half. It's going to be y is equal to 180. And then we need to plug it in to C. Easiest way to plug it in is right here. If y is equal to 180, Then x is equal to 240 minus 180, which is just going to give us 60. So our x is 60 and our y is 180. Down here, a little break from word problems. I see you, 19. I don't want any trouble. I don't want any fractions. Let's do this guy. What's going to be friendly? 8x plus 6y equals 10. What if I divide the whole thing by 2? It would be 4x plus 3y equals 5. This is still not nice. Why did I write these terrible questions? They look so nice and innocent until you try and solve them. Okay, so that's going to give us 5, which 5 divided by 3 is not nice, and 5 divided by 4 is not nice. 10 divided by 8 is not nice. 10 divided by 6 is not nice. Is the 19 our friend? Because I feel like it's not. Ponder, ponder, ponder. Okay. Path of least resistance. What is the least grumpy equation we can make? I guess if we did the tenths, this is how you know I do these in real time. If we did the tenths, that still isn't as terrible, right? There's definitely worse things in the world. 5 divided by 4 is 1 1/4. Let's just do that. Actually, I don't need to divide it by 4. Yeah, I do. Okay. Final answer, we're just going with it. 4x is equal to negative 3y plus 5. Oh, I don't like it. It's so terrible. Divided by 4, x is equal to negative 3/4 y plus 1.25. I really don't love this for us, like at all, but we're going with it. Okay, so we use that equation, so we're going to come in here and do negative 4 3/4 y plus would be negative. There's got to be a better way than this. Guess there's not. I guess there's not. What if I broke it into negative 3y plus 5 divided by 4? I guess it's still just as terrible, isn't it? That is still just as terrible. But, ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This might actually not be as terrible, because what if we kept the negative 3, negative 3y plus 5 over 4? Because when we oh wait, I just had a genius idea. Genius, absolutely genius. Because plus 5y equals 19. These are gonna cancel out. Okay, but then we have our negative. So we're gonna have 3y plus negative 5 plus 5y equals 19. Yes. Oh, this is so good. All right, so we have 8y plus negative 5 equals 19. And when we add 5 to both sides, 8y equals 24. Yes, y equals 3. Oh, I love that so much. See, it's a terrible equation with a great solution. All right, so we're going to take that y. So which one do we use? We use this one. 8x plus 6 times 3 equals 10. So 8x plus 18 equals 10. So 8x equals negative 8, right? So that was negative and that was positive. Okay. X equals negative 1. Yes, it's beautiful. All right, back to the terrible word problem. A phone company sells two types of smartphones. Model X costs $200. Model Y costs $300. If the company sold 30 smartphones for a total of $7,200 last month, how many of each model are sold? Again, we're trying to figure out what the two equations are. There's always one that's going to be friendlier than the other, or maybe not necessarily friendlier, but just easier would probably be the way to say it. So we're starting off with like, what is our total? We know that there's 30 phones sold, so X plus Y has to equal 30. Is that something sold in total? And then we have 200X plus 300Y equals our 7,200. All right, so I'm going to let's kick our Y. X equals 30 minus Y. Let's kick our Y out because 200 is a nicer number. 200, 30 minus Y plus 300Y equals 7,200. So this is going to be 6,000 minus 200Y minus 300Y equals 7,200. So we have 6,000 minus 500Y equals 7,200. And when we subtract that from both sides, we're going to end up with negative 500Y equals 1,200. That looks terrible. That looks terrible, but it's not as bad as it looks. Oh, wait, my 300 is a plus. Wait. Go back. Go back. That needs to be 100. That actually makes it friendlier. So that's just 12. Y is 12. Cute. Okay. And if Y is 12, then we just have to do 30 minus 12. That's not so terrible. It's 18. All right, last cutie. Add 4x, negative y equals 4x plus 10 divided by negative 1. Y is equal to negative 4x minus 10. Because we cannot have a negative y. 2x plus negative 4x minus 10 equals negative 8. Don't forget your signs. Negative 2x minus 10 equals negative 8. Add 10 to both sides. Negative 2x equals 2. X is equal to negative 1. And then we've already used this one. So let's plug it in here. It's a 1. So it's 4 minus y equals 10. Subtract 4 from both sides. Negative y is equal to positive 6. Divide by negative 1, y is equal to negative 6. And if we test it, negative 1, negative 6. Yep, my mouth is mathing. All right, last one. Local bakery makes two types of cakes. A large cake is X and requires 4 cups of flour, while the small cake is Y and requires 2 cups. How many of each type of cake did the bakery make? If they used a total of 48 cups of flour and 16 cakes. So this one is a little bit more labor intensive, but again, not too terrible. So if they made 16 cakes in total, that means X plus Y is equal to 16, right? That's our total. And then for flour, it would be 4X plus 2Y is equal to 48. Again, not terrible. So let's kick our Y first. 16 minus Y. And then let's do 4 times 16 minus Y plus 2Y is equal to 48. 16 times 4 is going to be 64 minus 4Y plus 2Y equals 48. 64 minus 2Y equals 48. 48 minus 64 is going to be negative 16. So y is going to be equal to 2. And then 2 plus 14 is 16. All right, we did it. Brings us to the end. Questions, comments, concerns? Bring on the class.